at New York Comic-Con 2017, and I am happy to be talking to these next group of folks who flew all the way across the Atlantic Ocean to join us. Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
Rare. First off, why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Cool. I'm Mike Chapman, and I'm design director on the game.
I'm Shelley Preston, and I am senior designer.
And Joni, executive producer.
Okay, first off, you guys, welcome. Welcome, New York Comic-Con. Is this your first time in New York, New York Comic-Con?
First time at Comic-Con, but not at New York.
It's my first time.
Excellent, excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sea of Thieves is a game that people have been happy to hear more and more information about.
Yeah.
For those who maybe haven't heard about it, why don't you go ahead and let them know what it is about?
Well, it's we call it a shared world adventure game. So it's a game where you and your friends have got the freedom to live the pirate life. So you get to head out there into this immersive world. You've got the freedom to play how you want to play. So you can adventure, you can explore, you can complete voyages. But ultimately, everyone's on their personal journey to become a pirate legend. But the cool thing is that along the way, you're going to have these memorable adventures, and like no two game sessions are ever going to play the same.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really unique experience that we're building.
So it's all about jumping in there with your friends and also running into other random people along the way.
Yeah, well, it's that you've kind of got the freedom to play how you want to play. So if you want to head out there into the world on your own, you can absolutely do that. But the cool thing about the game is, you can share it with your friends. You can choose to do that if you like. But while you're out there, you're in this shared world. So you're going to come across other people, and they're out there having their own adventures, right? So they're out there following their own motivations. And when you come together, who knows what they want? Who knows what their intent is? So you get these kind of like crazy scenarios where people are at different points in their voyages. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, I think the magic moment, right, is every time you see a set of sails on the horizon, you see another ship, you know that's another player or another group of players, and you don't know kind of what they're up to, what they're going to do.
Kind of both looking at each other, I don't know.
But it's like every pirate film or TV show you've ever seen, right? It's that same thing. You're looking through the spyglass, you see the other ship, and you're like, oh, who are they? What's going on?
Yeah.
And you get to do that in this game, right?
Yeah. You know that every ship you see, that's another crew of real players out there, and it's
you're not
electrifying.
Quite sure what they're doing, what they're up to.
No, and it's, I think, like just this electrifying moment, and that just never gets old, does it? You're almost, it kind of catches you off guard.
Do you guys, have you noticed that most people will end up just being aggressive towards each other, or is it more rare when sort of people are kind of like, hey, let's work together to do something? We've
kind of seen it all, haven't we? I mean,
okay.
People have kind of got the tools. So you've got like a lantern, you can kind of flash people, and you can like play musical instruments and drink grog. So there's all these kind of social icebreakers in the game. And the cool thing is it kind of depends where you are in the game. So if you've got loads of treasure on board, maybe you're going to play a little bit more cautiously.
Right.
But if you've just handed all your treasure chests in, you might want to kind of like go for broke and just go attack someone or kind of try and make conversation with them. There's like all these kind of scenarios that can happen while you're out there.
Yeah. We've seen players using the lantern to communicate with Morse code, right? In terms of like the dots and dashes and stuff. Like we genuinely have, right?
Who knows if the other crew can understand what they're saying?
Just like, why they keep flashing their light at me, right?
Well, we used to play act that. Yeah. Like when we used to, in our early prototype, we used to play act this kind of like, we'd like signal to people, like wait for the signal.
Yeah.
And like
that
do
almost
the signal
turns
on the
into
island.
a game within a game. And we were talking about this backstage. You're sort of creating this playground and providing all these tools for people to go out there and create their own world within this world. So you don't even know basically what is going to happen with this game.
And that's exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to give players the freedom to interact with all these cool items, go on this pirate adventure and just do it their way, and it's always different because of that, because there's quite simple items, like you say, the lantern, you can flash it on and off, but you can use that in 1,000 different ways, and players' creativity really comes into that as well. We've seen things that have surprised us,
Well, it's people that they role play as pirates in the game, sort of thing. So it's not like an RPG role playing, but it's actual role play. You give people that world because they've grown up reading books or watching the TV shows and the films. Everybody kind of knows what you want to do in a pirate world and in a pirate game. So people go and do that. We just give them the tools, and they go ahead and kind of live that fantasy, right?
Yeah, so much fun. For me, as I've gotten older and older, and my friends have moved across different countries, is that's just time to hang with my friends. And so as long as we have a cool place with certain fun things to do, if we're acting like pirates, sign me up. It sounds amazing. It sounds so much fun. I'm curious, when you first start off, is everything open and available? Like, can you just have a ship right away, or is it something that you sort of have to build up to and become the the pirate captain?
Yeah, well,
Do you have to grow your beard?
like players, as I kind of said earlier, players are on this journey to
Should
become
be
a
the
pirate
thing.
legend. You know,
Yeah.
but we want to get people on that adventure like straight away. So
Yes.
you can crew up with players, you can choose who you want to play with, but as you progress in the game, you start building your reputation
Okay.
around these different play styles. So players have got a choice over the type of play style they want to kind of choose, and you can kind of mix them up and move between them completely seamlessly.
Yeah.
So depending on who you play with, what your like motivation is as a player, you can kind of build a reputation in the areas that appeal to you. And then the cool thing is you get to present yourself that way. So
Whoa.
the way you look, the things you have,
I'm just like, yes.
the voyages you have access to, that's something you then share with the crew. So if you come to the ship, based on the things you've done, you'll have a different set of voyages that you can go on to me. But we can share them together. So you kind of share them out on the captain's table. And we then go choose
Cool.
what we're going to go to. And the cool thing is that what's so unique to our game is it's up to you how you present yourself. You've got this whole deception thing going on.
Right.
So if you want to present yourself as, well, I'm going to kind of dress like a castaway and I'm going to dress in rags and I'm going to equip this cool title that means one thing, but actually you're a player who's played the game for hundreds of hours, but you can present yourself as something else. There's a really kind of cool element of
Whoa.
like role play and like showing off what you've done in the game.
Well, and we've seen that a lot on Twitch specifically in the past couple months with like Grand Theft Auto role-playing, people just sort of diving fully into these games and playing as that character and almost creating these stories live on stream. Have you guys seen that? Is that a part of what you guys are thinking with this game? Thinking that, hey, we know that people on Twitch are going to be using this specifically for creating their own adventures.
Yeah, so we kind of haven't seen it yet because we've not lifted the NDA yet, but like,
Right. Yeah.
but once we do, that's exactly what we expect to see. And we kind of, when we go and join in the alpha, we're playing with people at home, and we go in and don't tell them that we're part of the dev team, and you just, but you see them creating these amazing stories and just having these amazing adventures, and like it's almost like a privilege to share it with them. And genuinely, for me personally, when we lift the NDA, that's going to be the most exciting time because we don't we kind of know what to expect, but also we're looking forward to seeing what stories come out and what players do with the game that we've given them.
It's something we've been talking about for a really long time because we built the game right from the start to kind of appeal to people who are like streaming and sharing the game. So we built it in that way, so it's going to be so exciting for us to, when we do lift that NDA, to actually see what comes out of it.
It's really hard to know what to expect. I think for me personally, and I'm sure it's the same for you guys, the really inspiring thing about working on this game is that, to your point, here's a world, here's a set of tools, but then how that's going to play in the wider world, it kind of goes beyond game mechanics. It's almost human psychology. It's like, well, how are they actually going to use these tools in different scenarios? And that is just so cool, where we're almost handing this game over to them, and then we're going to watch and see what happens and then react and tweak the game based on that. So really exciting kind of privilege, really, to kind of get people into this game and just see how they react.
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, years and years ago, game devs would put their games out and then they could read reviews of their game. Now you guys can just log in instantly and see, thousands and thousands of people watching other people playing this game and giving their feedback live. It's going to be really, really cool. I think what I'm curious about is what you guys think down the line is going to happen with this game. Is it going to be something that you'll continue working on for years and years and bringing more content in? Is it going to be something you'll keep building up, fresh, new stuff?
Well, I guess we already feel like we're building this game already along with that community.
Yeah.
So we're balancing the game based on their feedback. We've got questionnaires, we've got our forums, we use data based on telemetry. So not only is it balancing and perfecting the mechanics we've already got.
Can you say that one more time? Telemetry?
Telemetry.
Telemetry. All right.
Telemetry.
That just sounded so nice. You guys are building this game where it's like you could be a drunk pirate, and then you guys are so like, we're very intelligent.
No, it's quite true though. We're kind of around a meeting table.
Is there one guy like at the company who's like, I'm the drunk pirate, and this is put this? There's not. Okay, that's you? Okay, what? They got you all dressed up nice for the cameras and stuff today. Okay, all right.
But I was going to say, we joke about it, but we literally have meetings where we'll sit around a meeting table and we'll look at the data live from what's going on. So this is how many tankards of grog have been drunk. This is how many pistol shots have been fired.
Well,
and
we're just like, stats.
That's really fascinating.
Like, more people have drank than they've fired their pistol? Okay.
But I think one of the things that's most important for us, though, is to make this like the phrase we use is like the most fun, welcoming multiplayer game ever, because we know that there's like multiplayer games can be really competitive, right?
Yeah.
And that can bring out the worst in some people, right? Right?
Yeah.
You know, in really competitive games. And we've tried to create an experience that has an element of competition, but also a lot of cooperation and kind of social bonding between you and the crew.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And so that's always been our goal with Sea of Thieves, and we already have a really fun kind of welcoming community around the game.
Good.
But it's our vision to kind of maintain that, and even as we grow the game and we add to it over the years, hopefully, we're always going to have that at the heart of it, that people have to behave in the right way, they have to behave respectfully. Like it's kind of a safe playground for people to come in and role play as pirates, but you've got to respect everybody. Like everyone's welcome, right? You know, like
That's
whatever
good to hear.
your gender, your creed, like you're like any. You know, everybody should come, and the more people we can kind of get into the game with different motivations, the better the game experience is for everyone, because the players you play with in your crew or you encounter in the world, you're going to have better experiences the more different people are in the game and with their kind of, with their different wants and desires.
It's the players that bring Sea of Thieves alive. So the more different types of players that we have in there, the more different experiences you're going to get, the more unpredictable it's going to be. So it's really important to us to make it that safe space and to just get as many people into Sea of Thieves as we can.
Appeal to different player types, different motivations. So that sense that this could be someone's first multiplayer game, that is so exciting. That we can really change perceptions of what multiplayer can be. Yeah. And then that's kind of what we're set out to do, is build the game from the ground up to appeal to this kind of wide range of players. Because to Shelley's point, that's what's going to make our game rich and more diverse.
Well, it sounds like a really unique, fun concept, and I think myself and a lot of people are excited to play it. Do you guys have any sort of timetable on maybe when this game?
So
2032.
Yeah.
All right.
There's two answers to that. One is like early 2018 is when the game's going to be coming out.
Okay.
I know the date. I'm not going to say it. But it's a window for now. But,
yeah.
But also, if you want to come play it, sign up for the Insider program at seaofthieves.com/insider, because we've got over 100,000 people already in the alpha. A bunch of others still kind of queuing up, waiting to come in. But
we're adding new people all the time to that as well.
Yeah.
So.
And everybody that signs up for the Insider program will get a chance to play the game prior to release and give us feedback and everything else. So if you want to help shape this game into the pirate game that you want, go and sign up for that and get involved, because the game's already in a great state, right? Like we're just adding more content to get it to that state of like, we can charge for this now. It feels okay that we can bring that to the broadest audience. But the more people we get in, again, with the broader motivations, the better feedback we'll get and the better experience we'll create for everyone. So,
well, it sounds awesome. It looks great. I want to say thank you guys for coming on and
you.
talking about Sea of Thieves.
Pleasure.
Rare. Everybody give them a round of applause. We got more awesome content, though. Stick around. We'll be right back. New York Comic